The Honda Prelude is back, and it's not just nostalgia talking. We got a rare chance to try out the all-new hybrid Prelude prototype on a UK track, and even with limited time, there's plenty to talk about. A hybrid coupe that promises smooth power, simulated gear shifts, and just enough sportiness for daily fun? Let's dive in. So what's the first impression? This Prelude feels like a practical coupe you could use every day. It's smooth, it's clever, and it might just convince you that you're shifting real gears, even though you're not. But is that enough to make it stand out? Underneath the sleek body lies the Civic's DNA, literally. The architecture and 2.0L Atkinson cycle engine comes straight from Honda's latest Civic hybrid. But don't think this is just a Civic in disguise. Honda has made big moves to give the Prelude its own identity. Let's break down the drivetrain. It's not your typical hybrid. Most of the time, the engine works as a generator, and the electric motor drives the wheels. That's right, the engine isn't always connected to the wheels. Think series hybrid with a twist. Here's where it gets interesting. Honda thinks EVs lack driver engagement. So like in the Civic, the Prelude simulates gear shifts. Revs rise and fall like a regular automatic. But the Prelude takes it further with S+Shift paddles. Yes, you can pick your gear manually. S+Shift simulates an 8-speed gearbox. It's all fake, of course. The engine still isn't directly moving the wheels, except in one special case. In 8th gear, a lock-up clutch can connect engine and wheels directly. It's subtle but clever. The Prelude has 3 drive modes, Comfort, GT, and Sport. Each adjusts throttle response, damper stiffness, steering weight, and even amplifies the engine sound, real sound, not synthesized noise. This isn't a Type R reborn. Honda says the Prelude is tuned for comfort. Softer springs and anti-roll bars make for a gentler ride. Even the tires, Continental Premium Contact 6, are less aggressive than the Type R's rubber. It may share suspension hardware with the Civic Type R, but the Prelude's shorter wheelbase and tweak balance make it more daily driver-friendly. Weight is more rear-biased too, thanks to hybrid components in the back. Inside, it's familiar Honda territory. Clean, functional, and straightforward. There's a dedicated S+ button on the dash, and in GT or Sport mode, you get a proper rev counter. But it's not a cabin we could fully explore just yet. We couldn't check out the back seats or boot space. That part's still under wraps, so practicality will have to wait. But for now, the front cabin feels just right. Sporty, snug, and simple. Official output figures aren't final, but expect around 180 brake horsepower. Power is delivered smoothly through the electric motor, while the engine hums along in the background, mostly charging the battery or providing torque when needed. It's an Atkinson cycle unit, so it's not exactly a screamer. Revs top out at 6,000 RPM. Still, it sounds decent, and the pseudo gear changes add a surprising layer of driving enjoyment. Remember, there are no actual gears, so shifts are just software, but the sensation is surprisingly convincing. Braking also feels good, thanks to a firm, progressive pedal and clever reg tuning. On track, the Prelude rolls a bit, but that's intentional. It's not locked down like a Type R. Steering gets heavier in Sport mode, and there's enough agility to enjoy corners, but don't expect hardcore performance. With a bit more weight over the rear axle, the Prelude tips into corners nicely. It's no track monster, but it's poised and predictable. Again, this is a hybrid built for the road, not race day. Honda hasn't published MPG yet, but the Civic Hybrid gets 56 to 60 miles per gallon, and the Prelude should be close. That means performance with efficiency. Not bad for a sporty-looking coupe. Pricing is also a mystery for now. The Civic Hybrid sits between £35,000 and £40,000 in the UK. Expect the Prelude to be slightly more. Japan gets it in September 2025, and UK pricing should follow by year-end. So far, so good. The Prelude's hybrid system feels slick, smooth, and engaging enough to please enthusiasts and commuters alike. The simulated gearbox adds character, and the handling hints at real potential. This isn't the final verdict. We'll need a proper road test to see the full picture. But first impressions are solid. The Prelude returns as a smart, usable, hybrid coupe with just enough fun baked in. Want to see more full reviews like this? Like, comment your thoughts and don't forget to subscribe.